Alright, so this won't be for everybody, of course. A few years ago, 2009 in fact, I went to university to study cabinet making. Part of the cabinet making course was learning how to... Sorry, it was broken up into different sections. Part of it was art, another part was metalwork, which I'll go into another time. There was all sorts of other things involved. There was a trip to Kew Gardens, a few antiques fairs and museums, and some other things involved. There was also access to certain pieces of technology that weren't available to the public readily back then, such as the CDC machine, which is the... You must have seen the little Warcraft figures that you go past the shop and there's big displays and you get Lord of the Rings figurines. They make them sort of things, and they're just amazing these days. I'm not here to go into that anyway, but to try and show people how I come to my understanding, maybe, or perhaps how I've been led to it. This is just some of my artwork from the V&A, the trip to the V&A, which we did with the university, which I found rather boring for myself and limited. We only went to like 2 little sections and that was it. I thought we was going to be able to go and have a free roam. So I took myself back and free roamed myself and drew some of the artefacts there. But also during this time there was other things going on, and it is all part of the process that has led me to my understanding about the lies, the shape of the earth, and how we don't know what it is at the moment. There are coincidences in here that many people just won't get, understand, want to see. I mean, for instance, the very first one, of course, this is a plain book. Alright, it just means it's plain paper, that's all, but, you know. I've got something on this page I can't show you, but, of course, there's a code here, and, of course, 444. Alright, now you can think that I've done all this recently myself. I do, of course, have dated proof. But to get my hands back into drawing, I would do things like sit on the train and just draw what I could. I was only on there for 20 minutes. Just draw what I could, and I saw myself getting better as I was doing a little bit day by day. There was a part of the course which was part of the art course was to... The project was titled Lines. Nothing more, nothing less. And lots of people come up with all sorts of amazing things that you just wouldn't normally think about when it comes to lines. One particular lad came in with a whole page full of pictures of yellow lines on the road. You know, little things like that. A few people had geometric patterns. We'll talk about this in a second, but I will turn the page. There was a part of the course. Part of the reason I went on this course was these things, snooker tables. You'll see that as we go along in the next page. Just faffing around, not to scale, just off the top of my head while I'm sitting on the train. But to get better at these sort of things, you have to do a little bit at a time, build your skills up a little bit at a time. You understand? A lot of people, I think, are expecting this all to be much easier, to be all over and done with, out and finished, and no, it can't work like that, okay? It can't work like that. This of course is the inner frame, the under frame. This is the top. That one up there, that's upside down now, but that sits on top of that. And for a full size, that's 5 pieces of slate, but we won't go into that. So there's just a pencil box, nothing too interesting there. The next page coming up is a part of the Lines project. Okay, so these little images of trees here, are those all there in one place? Do you understand that? So just those outlines all placed on top of each other. This here is a part of what I was talking about before, about the negative space. If you look closely at this, you'll notice that it's not the same as this one, which is the bays, the cushions, the pockets. This one is the shadows. This is the holes. Okay, I'll try and come a little bit closer. I'm not the best artist in the world, but these were the shadows under the balls. And of course this is the shadows under the cushions and the shadows of the pockets. This one here is an interesting piece for me, not for too many people, but on this date, back then, John Higgins was playing Ding Zhong Wei. That was the score for one game. And for one game I meticulously followed the path of the white ball. This was for just part of my lines project. And every little dot you'll see is where I went from here to there. I'll just have to stop for a minute and come back. Give me a moment.